Shalom Yashrala, this is your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that taught us this truth and that root well. A salutation and much love for you, Akim, pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here article real quick. As you can see, it says reparations to descendants of slaves is right if it comes from the descendants of slave holders, whether white or black. All right. Which, hey, it is what it is. This is what happens when you have simple ass Jake out here, so-called speaking for our people, man. All right. They don't know what the hell they really doing, man. All right. You have to understand that as long as Esau's on top, he can give you all the money in the world. But if you don't own nothing, the only thing you can do is give it right back to him, man. All right. And that's not what we really want. All right. So let's go into this. It says calls for reparations to blacks in America are based on the notion of collective white guilt. And no, that's not what it's based off of, not white guilt. Did they or did they not bring us over here in captivity? Did they and did they not take from us everything that we had? Did they or did they not use our labor, blood, sweat, and tears as the so-called Negroes to build up this here nation? Now, when it comes to the Northern Kingdom, are they or are they not possessing the land that they was on beforehand? All right. So just like when you go to court, when you go to court, you wind up, causing some damages to somebody. You have to repay those damages. All right. And so, hey, it's not based off of white guilt. You don't have a criminal come in and tear up a whole bunch of, let's say you get into a car accident or something and it's your fault or whatever, whatnot. You're not paying those fines based off of guilt. You're paying those fines based off of the fact that that's what you did. This is your fault. You wound up, this is what you owe. All right. But nevertheless, it says calls for reparations to Black America are based on the notions of collective white guilt. All right. As if Esau has been shamed so much. It's like, you know what? We should pay them back. Nah, bro, it's wrong. You did wrong, man. All right. It says, but the collective guilt is a false notion and would violate the property rights of those whose ancestors gained nothing from slavery. Really? Really, though? Let's look at all these big major companies and corporations that not only publicly apologize for it, all right, but then we can also go back and look at the history of how they was all made. You had us over here picking cotton, tobacco, all kind of other, fruits and vegetables and things like that a lot of these companies wind up making money off of, all right? I can tell you for a fact right now, a certain plantation that, where basically, my grandparents still stay kind of like over in this here area and everything like that. But my family line goes back to where this plantation called the Wade Plantation that's still open to this same very day, man. All right. So you can't tell me that like, it was all, based off of really nothing or whatever, whatnot. They didn't really gain anything off of slavery. This company's still alive that they didn't pass down to their descendants over and over and over and over and over again based off of that, man. All right. Like y'all didn't gain anything from slavery. Like, what about the White House? Who built that? Was it not slaves that built that? Are y'all not staying in that damn house now based off of the slave labor, man? All right. It says now the Democratic Party has control of both houses of Congress and the presidency calls for reparations like those by Ta-Nehisi Coates, and more recently, the contract with Black America, touted by rapper Ice Cube, will no doubt be given a serious hearing. Ice Cube is set to meet with Biden soon, likely before Black History Month ends. The question is, what is the merits of the case for reparations? Should all whites be forced to pay for Black Americans for the crimes of slavery? We got to ask this question. Are they or are they not benefiting off of the facts of slavery? Let's just say that they ain't have no damn slaves or whatever, whatnot. How about this here country? All the things that's built up in this here country. If you're living in this country right now today, all right, as a so-called white person, the foundation of this country was built off of the backs of the Black ancestors or whatever, whatnot, And all these corporations, Wells Fargo and all these banks, the insurance companies, because the first thing that was insured was so-called Black people. The first thing that was traded on the New York Stock Exchange was so-called Black people. So if you have a job, which most of the mice do, that have like 401ks and anything benefiting off the stock market, motherfucker, you benefiting off of what was built off of the backs of slavery, man. All right, if you use any of these products or your family or anybody out here, basically everybody's out here benefiting off of the backs of slavery, man. And not only slavery, at the end all be all, when they had, what was that called? Reconstruction, I think it was called, the Reconstruction era. There was plenty of different times after the so-called Emancipation Proclamation where basically whites was given, vouchers and things like that to buy up not only Indian land, Black, so-called Blacks land, and things like that. You know, not only that, the so-called white slave owners was actually paid reparations for a loss from losing their slaves, man. All right, so we can go, bro. This is all documented and written in history, and basically the so-called white man wrote all this here stuff down. So you can't tell me about none of these things, man. The reason that you all have a country over here, and you had Jake that was fighting in all these wars that you guys was benefiting from all the resources and things off of. Just think about it. If y'all would have never brought us over here, you wouldn't have us in your military. You wouldn't have us in your colleges and making all these inventions and all these different things over here. So if you enjoying anything here in America, all right, you're benefiting off the backs of the so-called slaves. We still here. We still the descendants, man. We still work at your jobs to the same day. We still pay out all these damn taxes and everything for your country and everything like that, man. If that's not the case, y'all should have sent us back home somewhere else, you know what I'm saying, with some money off in our hands, man. And y'all sit out here and work it on your own, man. All right, how about the doggone so-called quote-unquote illegal Mexicans y'all have over here that's out here picking your produce and everything like that you can go into your grocery stores and benefit off of that, and your Whole Food stores and everything like that, man. All right, building up your houses and everything like that. See, you want to sit here and complain about the so-called illegal Mexicans and so-called lazy-ass black people, but yet and still you getting all your benefits from them, man. All right, the majority of these white folks really don't have no real, they're not real laborers or anything like that, man. If anything, they're managing things, and they basically managing Jake to do all the work for their ass, man. All right. It says, should all whites be forced to pay black Americans for the crimes of slavery? All right, come on, man. What about all the blacks that's right here right now? How many of us wouldn't be here if it wasn't for our descendants going into slavery? All right, like none of us, right? But then you flip the question around, how many of these so-called white people would be over here if it wasn't for slavery? Because you got to remember, they came over here, all right, and they used not only the southern and the northern kingdom to fight off the natives over here or whatever, whatnot. Use it to pick up the tobacco and everything, and the sugar cane and all these different things, so on and so forth. All these plantations and the antebellum houses and everything like that. Man, I gotta pass the goddamn plantation damn near every day going by my house that's still up to date, that they use as a tourist attraction, that they still make money off of, showing how they used to have niggas in slavery, man. Come on, man. They got all these different Confederate armies. I'm not gonna get into that, man. Leftists and left-leading liberals extol Merritt's claim for reparations. Like New York Times columnist David Brooks, they call for national reconciliation and the atonement for racial injustice stemming from, but not exclusively to, slavery. The national soul will never be set right without a reckoning that includes reparations and other radical racial equity programs aimed at redressing the centuries-long sin of American racial injustice. All right, so now it would have been one thing if they would have made things right after the Emancipation Proclamation, or hell, if they didn't make things right, they just let us go. All right, because Jake, we can get it out of nothing, man. We don't need nothing to make something. All we need is our power, man. All right, when you hear stories about Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and everything like that. Now you got to understand that happened after we was so-called freed from slavery. And what happened to Jake that was released with nothing? All right, we was released with nothing, but guess what? Jake wound up, and it wasn't just that one area. Jake pretty much band together, created their own economy, and in the case of Tulsa, Oklahoma, with really all these little cities like that, all right, Jake became far richer than the Edomites that was around, and them damn Edomites that was around, because they ain't have no real work experience and things like that, because Jake was the one that was doing all the work for their ass and everything like that. Jake actually went out there and started producing things, right? Made more money than Esau, and Esau bum ass was out there hurting. All right, and what did he do? Came in there with a damn plane and started bombing their ass and waging war, all right, and wound up burning down the damn city, stealing all of our goods and taking everything from us, man. So, again, we can forget about slavery. Look at the shit you've been doing to us since then, man. Redlining and all these different things like that, man. All right. It says, we can talk about Martin Luther King. Because, again, at that point in time, you have to understand what he was arguing about. All right, what they called integration. All right, before the opposite of integration, we live in an integrated society now, where blacks, somewhat an integrated society, all right, where you can have so-called blacks that can live so-called next to white folks. But even when they write your, give you loans and everything for your houses, they select where they want Jake to live at based off of those things. Whether you have the money or you don't have the money and the credit for it, they'll be like, oh, no, we can't find nobody to approve this here loan for you and whatever, whatnot, man. You can look these things up even to this day. It's still going on to the same day, man. All right, but nevertheless, you have scenarios to where, how do I say, basically, Esau will, have, how do I put it, certain laws or whatever, whatnot, that keep Jake, outside of certain things and certain privileges for Esau to be able to do certain things. So, for instance, when they give us loans and everything like that, our credit rates be super sky high. But then when they give them loans or whatever, whatnot, it's super low, man. All right. But nevertheless, hey, this is the things that's still going on to the same very day, man. All right. It says, hey, look at what they call gentrification, man. I can tell you that in Atlanta, what they call the West Side, what used to be called Bankhead, which was like the most run down side of town and everything like that, and also Brooklyn. All right, they also had, what they basically did was they boarded it all up. All right, devalued the land over there, moved Esau in at low prices, and raised the value of the land over there and everything like that, man. All right, so, hey, man, these things still go on to the same very day, man. But going back to Martin Luther King with this integration and segregation, man. All right, we owned a whole lot of things at that point in time. We had our own bus lines. We had our own businesses, our own banks and everything. And when we so-called fell into that damn trap being led astray, you know, the blonde leading the blonde, we wanted to, you know, in order to integrate with the white society, we had to give up all of the things that we owned, i.e. the bus lines we owned, the banks we owned, the schools we owned, all the businesses and everything that we owned, gave it up to Esau just to work for his ass for pennies on a dollar, man. And all these things took place after slavery, man. So don't try to get it twisted as this is just we trying to shame you into guilting you into doing all these things as if nothing really fucking happened, man. And the fact that these people would even say some things like this, man, these niggas got to pay, man. But we don't want your money, man. We want your ass in captivity, man. That's what's promised to us. All right. It says, every white person, the argument goes, have been the beneficiary of racism with its roots in slavery, but also deriving from historical and ongoing discrimination, white privilege, and the myriad often inscrutable advantages arguing to whiteness. Come on, we can just talk about the so-called white image of Jesus, man. You had all of us over here bowing down and praying to a man. Bruh, you done destroyed our people, man, with the image of a so-called white man. You stole all of our history and painted up white people over all these things, man. You know how hard it is trying to teach our people that the Bible ain't the so-called white man's book. King James was not a white so-called homosexual, man. This was a so-called black man. We ran everything over in Europe at that point in time where they try to claim all of that shit from. We built up all those things over there as well, too, man. You know what I'm saying? We was ruling in all these European nations right before we went into slavery and everything like that. That's why they call it the Dark Ages, man. But yet you stole our history away from us, man, and you lied to us and you painted all these images. So don't try to get it twisted as if, oh, it's some type of, we just calling it out and trying to shame you guys and tell you got white privilege. No, y'all do have the privilege to make it seem like that every time we see one of you people that y'all are always right. You know, you're always saints and everything like that. Whenever you see us, we're always in the wrong or whatever, whatnot, man. You claim us as being so-called bad people, or sometimes so-called bad people can do some good things sometimes, but we're still bad people. Whereas the picture is painted towards you people that you're always good people that sometimes do bad things. All right. Nobody don't ever really look at those things like that, man. But that image of that damn white devil that y'all put up as Jesus that you had our people bowing down to and praying to, man, that shit destroyed the fuck out of our people, man. All right. But yet and still you try to claim as if, oh, y'all got, you know, we just putting this white privilege on y'all and everything like that. Man, y'all have the privilege to go around anywhere in the world, commit all kind of crimes and everything like that and get the benefit of the doubt that you're not really that much of a threat, man. All right. Yet and still you have Jake that be walking in his own neighborhood, checking his own mailbox, getting into his own car, and people have the benefit of the doubt. He must be a criminal. He must be committing some kind of crime. We got to go out there and treat him with the most brute, violent force, man. All right. Hell, look at the Capitol building riots, man. You had damn terrorists run up in there threatening to kill the government. All right. What kind of shit is that? You got these damn terrorists going there trying to kill the damn government, storming the building, trespassing on governmental property, and all y'all do is just like, oh, call them out, you know, somewhat on the news or whatever. Y'all don't come down and send out the military on them. But when the Black Lives Matter protest was out there just saying, hey, man, stop killing us or whatever, y'all had the whole military out there and was fully engaged on their ass, man. And they wasn't out there trying to threaten y'all people or whatever, whatnot, man. This is what I'm talking about so-called white privilege, man. Y'all got the privilege to sit there and be holding a baby hostage with a gun to his head and blowing his brains out, and people still think that, well, we got to look at all the options or whatever, whatnot. We got to look at all the evidence first and foremost. What was her name? Amanda Geiger or whatever, whatnot. The cop that walked into Jake's house and blew his brains out while he was sitting on his own couch eating ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Yo, yeah, they put her in jail for a couple years, but she's already appealing that shit, trying to get out of jail already, man. All right, but nevertheless, you know, Jake, man, you got Emmett Till, all right, was put to death horribly over some so-called white woman said, man. If that's not white privilege, she ain't have no proof, no evidence, but yet and still Jake was put to death, man. You know how many Jakes is in jail right now that wind up getting out of jail after 30, 40 years Had the DNA evidence come out and around saying that wasn't him. He didn't have the benefit of the doubt of saying, look, bro, you don't got no evidence against me, man. But the so-called white man have all the evidence against him, but lo and behold, you know what I'm saying, he ain't the damn devil, man. Look at what he's doing. Look what he's been doing. Look what he's doing today, man. Look what he's trying to do to the population of America, man. All right? We're not even going to read no more of this here article. We're going to just get the scriptures on this nigga, man. Oh, man, we can go all day on this old bum-ass nigga, man. Salakia for my countenance right now. But this is one thing that really get my shit going, man. I hate these damn Edomites, man, because this is the type of shit that they into, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 36, starting at verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, and say, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh power, because the enemy, the who? The enemy has said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are in our possessions. Who's over in the land of Israel right now, man? Who are those Arabs over there mad about that wind up, who they over there fighting over our land, because they divided up our land and everything like that. But nevertheless, who's over there right now, man? It's the so-called white man that's in our land right now, man. Who came over to America, what they say, the so-called New World, and Christopher Colon or Christopher Columbus, Cristobal Colon or Christopher Columbus came over here and discovered the New World, which there was already people over here, and they genocided over 100 million Native Americans who are our brothers. Y'all came over here, genocided our brothers, man, and you celebrate Thanksgiving from the genocide of our brothers and everything like that. And then you gonna put them on, the rest of them on reservations and shit like that, man. Give them smallpox and everything like that. And then all of a sudden you go like, oh no, we didn't do nothing. We ain't do nothing. We ain't the enemy. Y'all some damn terrorists, man. Y'all come over here and steal every damn thing and then blame. Come on, man. That's white privilege, man. Y'all don't even see what the hell y'all did. Where was y'all at before this, man? All right, what land have you not taken? Look, let's look 20 years ago. Look at the whole Middle East. Who owns all the Middle East and all the resources in the Middle East right now? It ain't them Arabs. All right, it's the so-called white man. Because why? He went over and did the same shit to them people, man. All right. Therefore prophesy, thus saith Yahweh power, because they have made you desolate. All right, and that's where we at right now, desolate, bro. We ain't got shit, man. We living in the ghettos and the slums and everything like that, man. And it behooves me when Jake be over here claiming blocks and neighborhoods and gangs and shit where they mama is renting in these neighborhoods. They don't even own the damn projects that they living in, man. All right? This is what these niggas did to us. They made us straight desolate, man. We ain't got nothing, man. All right, we got to continuously go to Amscots and get payday loans and everything like that, man. We can't even afford to put food on our table, man. All right? It says, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that you may be a possession unto the residue of the heathens. You are taken up in the lips of talkers. You are the infamy of the people, man. We at the bottom of the list, man. We niggas to everybody. Everybody talk down onto us, man. These damn these smelly Chinese people and these Africans and these Arabs, they come over here and set up shop in our neighborhoods and everything and get rich off of our pain and our suffering, man. Selling us pork skins and what you call them damn bread ass pig sausages, pork sausages or whatever, whatnot, pickled eggs and shit like that, man. MD 4040s and Four Locos and Black and Miles and Newports. Man, come on, man. This is what these people do to us, man. You got the Chinese man and hurry up and buy, nigga, hurry up and buy. You know what I'm saying? The Africans calling us all kind of names, kata and shit like that, man. Come on, bro. It says, verse 4, therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of Yahweh power. Thus say Yahweh power to the mountains and to the hills, to the valleys, to the rivers and to the valleys and to the desolate waters, to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and derision to the heathen that are round about. All right. So, hey, man, the Lord is talking to us right now, man, because we at the bottom of the barrel, man. Everybody's eating off of our labors, man. All right. The Chinese man, the Arab man, this East Indian man, the African man, they come over here as immigrants with nothing, man. All right. And they get built up and then build something for their whole family based off of what? Off of our labor, man. They come over here and set up their stores and everything in our neighborhoods, and they get rich up off of us, man. When you see these Elamites, these East Indians living nice and everything, who do you think they started off with, man? They started off making money up off of us. Look at all the damn, who owns all the damn gas stations and everything like that, man. And look at the products they selling into your hoods. You don't see them Moabites and them Arabs and them Africans or whatever, whatnot, setting up gas stations in these Edomite neighborhoods with pickled pig feets and Newports and Black and Miles and Swisher Sweets all on the back walls and Four Locos. Man, go to the white people neighborhoods and see what type of shit they got in there, man. All right, if any type of alcohol they got in there, it's, you know, normal beer or whatever, whatnot, and then they got wine in there, man. They don't have those little sugary alcoholic beverages and things like that, man. All right, and the only real tobacco products they have in there will be like your regular main cigarettes and stuff like that. They don't have those what you call them shits? Those Swisher Sweets and Black and Miles and shit like that, man. They don't be having that type of shit in them stores, man. They be having apples and bananas and Cleef bars and shit like that. Ain't no fruit roll chips and none of that candy type of shit in there, pig skins and shit. All right. Verse 5. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against what? All Idumea. Idumea is a Greek way of saying Edom. Edom is the so-called modern-day white man today. So they say all white people. The Most High said all Edom. Every last one of y'all, man. All right? Because look, just like every last one of us went into captivity, every last one of y'all got to pay, man. All right? And against all Idumea. Now, when we go back to the Egyptians in Egypt, man, when the first Passover took place, now, really, it was the Pharaoh who was putting the laws down that was pretty much afflicting us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the taskmasters was afflicting us as well, too, but that was at the orders of the Pharaoh, right? Now, you had the regular, everyday, common Egyptian that was out there just doing whatever, whatnot, living it up in Egypt or whatever, whatnot. Now, when the Passover took place, the first Passover took place, was or was not every last Egyptian out there touched? Every last Egyptian's family was touched. There was a firstborn out of every single Egyptian household that was touched in that, man. Every last Egyptian was hit by a plague that was out there in that point in time, man. But even though not every last Egyptian was out there putting the hurt down on Jake, man. You had some low-level ass Egyptians that was living out there. They ain't really have a pot to piss in and really throw it out at Jake at all to begin with. But guess what? Their family was touched too, man. Because this is how the Most High deal, man. He deal with whole entire nations, man. All right. It says, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart and with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. So who's over in our land to this same very day, man? In both lands, not only in the land of Israel, but over here in the Americas as well, too, because all of the Western Hemisphere was inhabited by the northern kingdom of Israel, man, before the so-called white man came over. That's why they said, oh, we came and discovered a new land. There's nothing but these savages over here, talking about the so-called Native Americans that was over here, man. All right. But what? The so-called white man, these Edomites did all these things to us, man. Let's get the book of Joel. What is it? 3? Let me start at verse 2. I will also gather all nations and bring them now to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel. All right. My people, who is called who? Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So not only did they scatter us among the nations, which we're about to read about the transatlantic slave trade, but they actually scattered us amongst the nations into the four corners of the earth and also parted the land. This is why you now have these damn Arabs and these Amalekites, these fake Jewish people over there, all right, who are Edomites, all right, that's over there fighting for that land, man. All right, now when you go back in time of history, those so-called white people wasn't over there for thousands of years, and they wasn't warring with those Muslims that was over there for thousands of years, man. All right, for a long-ass time, all right, those people that's living over, those so-called Palestinians that's living over there are actually Syrians. These people have been living over, because there was a point in time where they call it, I forgot what it was called, Syria, Palestina or something like that. But that was all pretty much, you know, we was already gone out of that land. But, you know, there was a point in time where it was like some basically Syrians that was living over there or whatever, whatnot. And there was only a population of about 600,000 of them. It was less than 1 million people that was living over there for a long ass time. And they wasn't warring with nobody. And those Edomites didn't get over into that land until 1948, 49. That was when they started going over into that land, man. All right, they wasn't over in that land before that, man. Before that, they was in Poland, Germany, and all those other places like that, man. Verse 3 says, they have cast lots for my people and given a boy for a harlot and a girl and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. And we go into the transatlantic slave trade. This is what they was being traded for. All right, muskets, which are guns. All right, rum, which is alcohol. They was also selling our little boys for and the prostitution, because, you know, Esau liked to get freaky deaky with you know, that man on man type love, that Mambala type thing, man boy love association. Look that up, you know. Matter of fact, don't look it up. Just take my word for it. Mambala, man boy love association. All right, it was going on since back then. Yea, what do you have to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? All right. Going into these damn Africans and these Arabs over there, because, you know, the transatlantic slave trade pretty much got us from the east coast of Africa, because, you know, Israel is up on the east coast of Africa over there next to Egypt, right? That was when in 70 AD we fled into Egypt. You can read that in from Babylon to Timbuktu. All right, I believe it was 3 or 6 million of us black Jews went over into Africa. All right, we was running from the Edomites, the Romans at that point in time, and we hid over into there amongst other people that looked like us, those Africans. All right, then those Arabs took us in captivity in what is known as the sub-Saharan slave trade. Look that up, because we went into captivity under them Arabs too. All right, and then he took us from the east coast of Africa and spread us over into the west coast of Africa. This is why you see so much of us that was in the west coast of Africa, and this is where basically the slave ships was departing from, what they call the slave coast or the Gold Coast, Cameroon and Benin and everything like that, man. All right, but in reality, also we was up in Spain. Look up the Moors in Spain and everything like that. Like I was saying, we was ruling in Europe way before all those times, man. The Dark Ages, man. We had ruled all those things over there, man. All right. Verse 5, because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. Listen to this. The children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem, the children of Judah is talking about the southern kingdom. You so-called Negroes, you so-called Haitians, you so-called West Indies tribes. You would be considered the tribe or the house of the kingdom of Judah. All right. You're the southern kingdom. All right. Now, the children of Jerusalem represents the northern kingdom, you so-called Latinos and Native Americans, all right? You would be the kingdom of Israel, all right? Now, you had the northern and the southern kingdom. All together, we're the house of Israel, all right? But it says, the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold into the Grecians. The Grecians, as these Edomites know, that's you so-called white people. Y'all love to claim about Alexander the Greek and his history and everything like that, and it morphed into the Roman Empire. All right, and if you don't realize that there was a split in the Roman Empire, we actually took over that shit from y'all, man. All right, what they call the Ottoman Empire, right? That was Esau. But then you have the Byzantine Empire, which was basically Jake that was ruling over there at a certain point in time, man. All right, this is where it goes into the Dark Ages, where they tell you, we don't know about the history and everything like that during like the 1300s or whatever. We ruled over there for like 1,000 years, man. All right, and we had ruled all that. It's where you get the Moors in Spain and everything like that. And then, the Dark Ages and everything, where they get the Dark Knights, the Black Knights, all these things. It was talking about Jake and everything like that. This is what gives a rise to the word, the Renaissance era, which means the rebirth. This is where you have Leonardo da Vinci and what's that other Edomite's name? I can't even think of his name now. Da Vinci and Michelangelo and them, right, with Sistine Chapel and everything like that. See, the thing that they did was, they went over there and whitewashed all these images, all right? Now, you want to look it up, go on Google and Google search images and look up Russian icons, all right? And then from there, you'll see all these different images that was actually of us. There was dark images that they actually painted to lighten them up, man. Do the history on that, and they'll show you about all these different things, man. And why do you think that we had so-called black images over there in the Russian church and everything like that? Because we was over there as well, too, man. All right, I believe that we stopped ruling over there in like the 1800s, man. All right, there was a so-called black queen that was ruling in Hawaii in like 1855 or something like that, man. All right, so we were still ruling in certain places all the way up until the time that we actually was freed up out of slavery here in America, man. All right, so hey, come on, King James, 1611, man. The person who translated the scriptures as you know it today, that was a so-called black man. Look it up, man. He was like, I want to say damn near the last black ruler that was over there, because you had him, and I want to say, his son may have ruled before a short amount of time, very short amount of time. Maybe his wife might have ruled as well, too. This is who these people that's ruling over there now, Queen Elizabeth and them, is taking their names and everything from like that. That's not their names. Those people are Germans, man. All of them are Germans. They all have different last names and change their damn names. Really, they all Amalekites, so-called Jewish people, right? But they didn't change their names. They was living in Germany beforehand and Poland beforehand, changed their names. You can look it up, and they'll tell you Queen Elizabeth claiming she's the queen over all these different places in the United Kingdom. Well, really, King James is the one who united all the kingdoms. He was trying to bring the tribes back together. And if you look at a lot of these different flags, like, for instance, the Florida flag and the Jamaican flag, right? There's a lot of different flags that have the same symbolism on there, which basically is a cross on there, man. All right, but this is like the what they call something Jack. I forgot what the name of the flag for the UK is or whatever, whatnot. But if you look at it, it is basically it's a cross. But nevertheless, that was where they get the United Kingdom from, was what they, because we had a split in the northern and the southern kingdom. But that was basically Jake trying to bring the tribes back. When you go into the history of King James, right, you'll look him up, and he'll go under a bunch of different titles: King James the Fourth, the First, the Third. King James, he has all these different titles, but because he was a king over different areas, but then all of a sudden he became like the king over the United Kingdom, all these different areas as well too, like Scotland, Ireland, the UK or England and everything like that. So his title kind of changed a little bit. But you can look up Queen Elizabeth. She'll tell you, they'll tell you in the documentaries and everything like that, that she claims that she's sitting on the throne of David, and by divine right that their family is supposed to be sitting on that throne. Going back to them still in our history of where we come from, man. All right. So going back into this here Joel 3:6, it says, the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have you sold into the Grecians, that you might remove them far from their borders. All right. So, hey, going into these things, this is what happened to us. This is how we wind up getting sold into the slavery. All right, let me continue on. Verse 7, behold, I will raise them out of the place where you have sold them and return your recompense to your own head. This is the Most High paying us back our reparations, man. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people afar off, for Yahweh have spoken it. All right, so, hey, man, you know, this is a just reparation, a just payment, man. All right. Let me grab this first. I should grab this first. So like, give me a second. Oh, here it is, right here at the top. Exodus 21:16 says, and he that stealeth a man. All right. Now, did Esau not steal us from off? You know, basically, now they would say, oh, we bought y'all from the Africans, right? All right. So bring it in and fast forward to today's terms, right? If, let's say, person A steals some shit, right? Person B go and buy those stolen goods. Cannot the judge in the court systems and everything like that charge you for buying and stolen goods, and you be pretty much an accomplice in that crime, man? All right. So it's the same shit. It says, he that stealeth a man and he that selleth him, or here it is the caveat, if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Now, when Yahushua returns, whose possession are we into the same very day? Who we have to pay taxes to, man? Who do we have to go and get a license from or a passport from if we want to travel or do anything, man? All right. So, hey, when Yahushua returns, whose hands are we going to be still in? All right. In the Esau's hands. Let me finish this up real quick. Revelation 13:10. All right. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And let me read it slow. He that leadeth into captivity, and was we not led into captivity by these Edomites, shall go into captivity, and he that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. So what is the Lord saying here, man? All right, and this is in the New Testament, because some people, Christians, are like, oh, that was the Old Testament. Jesus came up. Oh, no, this is in the New Testament. And in fact, this is the last book of the New Testament, man. All right, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, man. He led us into captivity, and they refused to let us. Refused to let us go even into the same day, man. So guess what? His judgment is that he's gonna have to go into captivity for what? 1,000 years, man. All right, we're gonna reward them double as they have done unto us, man. All right. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 16. It says, therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. All right. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Now, if Esau, these so-called white people, wasn't an adversary unto us, they would be out of the kindness of their own heart, like, you know what, we fucked up. We are willing to give you everything. Nobody got to force us. We don't got to be angry about it. It should just be in the bottom of your heart. You know what, I messed up, man. You know, like if you are a real sincere person or whatever, whatnot, you at a job or whatever, whatnot, you doing this job, you accidentally break something. Let's say you at a customer's house, or you're a server at a restaurant or something like that, and you know, you spill some food onto somebody or spill a drink onto somebody. You know, if you know that you know, it wasn't just an accident, like, yo, you actually did that, not on purpose, but like, you know what, that was actually my fault. My bad. I reached over, I should have been paying better attention. My bad. You would want out the sincerity of your own heart. You would just want to sit there and make it right with them people, man. You wouldn't want those people to be like, yo, you're not going to try to discount our meal or whatever, whatnot, because you just did spill this here red drink all over my wife's white dress or whatever, whatnot, and spilled this all over my kids' food or whatever, whatnot. You forgot to put in my kids' meal or whatever, whatnot. Now you're going to be out here without no food, got to wait another 20, 30 minutes for some food while we all over here eating. You don't want to try to make it right? You wouldn't want to have, that would be so-called bad service, man. You wouldn't want to have to wait for the customer to sit here and ask you to make it right before you should just reach in and try to make it right for the person, man. Sometimes, like my first few jobs was actually serving tables, and I realized, like, yo, you can make a lot of mistakes in the service business like that. But if you come out and you try to wrong those rights ahead of time, a lot of the times your tip will actually be a lot bigger than what it would have normally been. They would have left you a $5 or $10 tip for just regular service or whatever, whatnot. But then you didn't maybe accidentally spilt a drink on somebody or whatever, whatnot, and comped the meal and brought the manager over to apologize profusely or whatever, whatnot. Now these motherfuckers might leave you a $25 tip. They're like, damn, you know what? They did try to go above and beyond and make things right because they see it out the sincerity of your heart, man. All right, but these Edomites, man, it seems like it's like, damn, we trying to pull teeth from these damn motherfuckers, man. All right, we just want y'all to at least acknowledge what the hell y'all done did first and foremost, man. Y'all don't even want to acknowledge that. Y'all want to act like, nah, we ain't did shit. Nah, it wasn't wrong or whatever, whatnot. All right. Oh, y'all should forget about it was in the past, but y'all celebrate 4th of July in 1776, bro. We was brought over here in 1419, bro. We wasn't released till 1855, so that Independence Day y'all celebrate every year happened in a time where we were still in captivity, man. All right, forget about the Native Americans. You slaughtered them before 1776, man. Come on, man. Let me go from there to there was another precept I was gonna grab before I grab Isaiah 60. It's all good. We'll just close out with this. Oh, let me grab this first. Psalms 2 and 8, because this is a righteous reparation package. Psalms 2 and 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. So look, we're about to inherit heathens. All right. So some people may get out of whack whenever we say, hey, man, we don't want your money. We don't want none of that. We want your very soul, man. All right. And that body that soul inhabits, man. We going to work your ass to death, man. And then we're going to put the spirit back in you and bring you back to life and work you back to death again for 1,000 years, man. All right. Then round you up and exterminate you, man. All right. That's according to the scriptures, man. All right. We can get it real quick. We don't want this to be hate speech. We just reading the Bible, man. We just reading the Bible. Obadiah 1:8, this that 118 we be talking about. All right, so after that 1,000 years of slavery, all right, Obadiah 1:18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire in the house of Joseph, a flame in the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and shall devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For who? Yahweh have spoken it. These aren't my words. This ain't how I feel. You know what I'm saying? This is how the Most High feel, and these are his words, and this is what he's going to do, man. You got a problem with that? Get on your knees. Matter of fact, just you Edomites, you stay there when the missiles come down. You stand out there and you say that this is wrong, man. All right, you wait until those days, man. Or try to prolong your life. Go get into your bunkers, man. You'll see when we come back down. You'll be the first fruits going into captivity, man. All right. Now let's go over to Isaiah 60. Because this is, for you so-called Negroes, this is your reparations package chapter right here, man. Read this whole chapter. This is your reparations package in full. All right. Starting at verse 3, Isaiah 60 and 3. And the Gentiles, hold on, let me grab something else real quick. Isaiah 14 and 2. And the people shall take them, all right? The people that's speaking about is the Israelites. The them that is talking about is these not only these heathen, but first and foremost, these damn Edomites. All right, and the people, or the Israelites, shall take them, the heathen and these Edomites, and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall what? Possess them. So if you possess something, all right, like if you get caught with drugs in your possession, that means you got it on your persons, right? So we're going to possess these damn heathens, all right? And it says, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for what? For servants and handmaids. They finna be our slaves. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. And they shall what? Rule over who? The oppressors. Who's oppressing us right now? Who are we begging to see our lives as some type of value? Who are we begging to treat us with some type of humanity? Our oppressors right now. Who's over here oppressing us right now? The so-called white man. All right, so who's going into captivity up under us? The people who got us in their possession right now, man. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. When did they return us from being in the captivity, man? All right. Going back to Isaiah 60. It says 60 and 3. And the Gentiles shall come to the light, and the kings to the brightness of thy rising. Lift up thy eyes round about and see. All right, going into your reparations package. All they gathered themselves together and come to thee. All right, so again, we don't want your money. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, listen closely. Stop asking them for money. Stop asking them for an apology. Seek the Most High and seek what he got in store for you, man. Your mind ain't even big enough to even want none of these things. Your ass wants some money, and you still want a job from these niggas, man. No, we want them in possession so that they'll go out and work for us, man. The greatest resource on earth is not gold, diamonds, and silver, and all those oil and all those things, man. We read in Psalms 2 and 8. That's what these Rothschilds and these elites really want. They got us as as collateral, man. We the slaves unto them, man. We got Social Security numbers that have to pay taxes and tithes unto them, man. All right, that's what we want. Because look, Rothschilds and all them, they don't own they don't own all these different things like that, man. All right, well, that's not the things that they seek. They seek us first and foremost because, look, imagine them saying, oh, yeah, we want this here plantation with all these fruits and vegetables. Then they old decrepit ass got to go out there and farm it and everything like that. They wise enough to realize, like, yo, we want the slaves. The slaves will go out there, fight the wars, and conquer all the land for us. Then they'll go over there and plow and sow and reap the fields for us, and then go out there and turn and produce these products for us and sell it for us and bring us back all the money, man. So this is the greatest resource, is having the human resource. This is why you have a human resource office at your damn jobs and things like that. It's not to protect you. It's to protect the business from so-called getting these so-called strikes or whatever, whatnot. They have to woo you back to sleep. All right. Lift up thy eyes round about and see all they gather themselves together. They come to thee. Thy sons shall come from afar, and thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side. So we're going to be brought back together. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thy heart shall be in fear and be enlarged. All right. So this is where it's going to be. Again, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you only want money. $1 trillion, you'd be having a heart attack over that. But the Most High's got something way better. This is why he's saying you're going to be in fear and your heart's enlarged. You're going to be like, oh, shit. I thought I hit the a $20 lotto win, but I didn't won $20 trillion. Like, you be in shock after that, man. But lo and behold, it says, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee, and the forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. So look, all the resources on the planet Earth, not only the resources, but these people are going to be our possession, our inheritance. This is what we're about to inherit. This is our reparations package, man. Not only the people, but the whole earth itself, man. And all the resources that is going to be in the earth as well, too, man. And the multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dormities of Midian and Ephah, and all they from Sheba shall come, and they shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praise of Yahweh. So look, we don't want the damn gold, bro. We want y'all niggas to go out there and go get the gold and bring it back into us, man. When we gonna get in the kingdom of heaven, man, we ain't gonna be doing no work. We ain't gonna be out there sweating and like the curses that fell upon us. We was gonna have to work by the sweat of our brow, man. No, now it's y'all turn, man. We done served every nation under the sun in captivity. Now it's y'all turn to serve the children of Israel, man. Jump down. It says, verse 9, surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from afar, and what? Their silver and their gold with them. Again, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans want them to just give you some silver and some gold or some money. No. We ain't working for no more nothing. We gonna take they ass in captivity, and we gonna take all the resources from they ass, man, and gonna go make them go get the rest of the resources for us, man. It says, and their silver and their gold with them unto the name of Yahweh thy power, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he have glorified thee. It says, what? He have glorified thee. So we don't want them to try to glorify us, these Edomites, to glorify us with their little reparation package. We're going to wait on the Most High to give us that reparations paycheck. It says, and the sons of strangers. These are the people that we've been building up their White House and this here whole land and everything for them. It says, and the sons of strangers shall what? Build up thy walls. We ain't going in the kingdom of heaven and have to build up another nation. We done built up every single nation that's on the face of the earth, man, for all these other heathens. From when you go back to Egypt, we built up Egypt. They still marveling over the pyramids and the things we built over there to this same very day, man. We built up Medo-Persia. We built up Babylon. All right. We built up Greece. All right. Which a lot of that stuff still stands to this day. We built up Rome. All right. We built up Europe. We built up America. We built up all the things that you see to the same very day, man. We built all these things up to the same very day. You think we're going to get into the kingdom of heaven and have to build up our kingdom? Hell no. The Most High don't work like that, man. Y'all got the wrong God, man. All right. It says, that's why I said that white image of Jesus didn't destroy our people, man. All right. Because you got a lot of our people say they don't want to go to quote unquote heaven if the so-called white man ain't going to be in heaven. Well, here's newsflash. The so-called white man going to heaven too, man. He just got a different position in heaven, man. He going to be the janitors and be the workers of heaven. Just like we in his heaven right now, but we don't get to eat from his table, man. We just get to serve the table, man. All right, yeah, we up in their mansions in these big-ass places as well, too, but we go there as servants, man. We don't go there like the so-called Mexicans and Latinos. Yeah, they are out here building up these big-ass houses for these elite Edomites and these well-off Edomites, but guess what? They don't get to live in them houses, all right? They're not in the same heaven as these Edomites are. It's going to be the same way, but in reverse. It says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. So the strangers are what? The people that are not Israelites. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I have had mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, and they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, that their kings may be brought. So they're going to be continuously bringing these damn, their kings, the noblemen, All right, not just them, everybody else beneath them, their sons and their daughters, man. All right, yeah, it sound a little crazy that we taking your ass into captivity. We taking you for reparations, man. You, your soul, your kids, and everybody else, all the labor and the time and everything like that. Thus saith the Lord in the scriptures, man. Let me read it again. Verse 11, therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night. What? That men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. The people may be brought, man. The very people themselves. All right. For the nation and the kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall utterly be wasted. All right. So, amen. Let me continue on. Verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all that despise thee shall bow themselves down to the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. So if they bending down and bowing down to the soles of their feet, what do you think they doing, man? They coming and showing you reverence, man. They gonna bow down and kiss your feet, man. They gonna know, but they ain't gonna want to fight, man. After the Lord put the smack down on these Edomites this go around, man, they gonna come willingly, gladly. That's what we're reading right now with the gold, the silver, the kids, and everything. Look, take this. Just please don't put the hurting on us no more, man. We'll serve you willingly. Just please don't do that shit to us, man. All right. Verse 15, wherefore thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee. I will make thee an eternal excellency of many generations. And thou shalt suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shalt suck the breast of kings. And thou shalt know that I Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. All right. And so this is why I keep hitting on this here point, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Your mind is on such a low level that you don't even know what the hell to ask for. You want reparations from the so-called white man, but you have no idea how vast the Most High's gifts, mercy, and love is for you, man. So let me read what he tells you. Isaiah 60 and 17, right? So let's say, for instance, you asking for brass, right? It says, for brass, I will bring thee gold. All right, now let's look at the Olympics. They give you 3 different metals, right? Gold, silver, and bronze, right? Bronze is the lowest metal that you can get, and gold is the highest metal that you can get. You know, and the rest of the people, they just placeholders or whatever, whatnot. So if you got the lowest metal that you can get, that's going to actually be exalted. If that's what you're asking for, the lowest of what's so-called acceptable, the Most High say He going to give you the highest in that grade, man. So for brass, I will bring gold, and for iron, I will bring silver, and for wood, brass, and for stones, iron. I will make thy officers peace, and thy exactors righteousness, and violence shall be no more heard in the land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, and thou shalt call thy wall salvation and thy gates praise. All right, so amen. This is Yahweh Shah's reparation package for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Leave these Edomites alone. Don't even bring that up no more, man. Like y'all didn't get them the opportunity to try to say that they sorry, but we see they not sorry, man. They're gonna keep going all the way to the end, man. They want their kingdom to continue on forever, man. And they wouldn't dare let you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans go and get you up out of this here country, because who gonna work for their ass, man? They always love to complain about the so-called Latinos taking their jobs, but who gonna go out there in them fields and pick them strawberries, tomatoes, and everything else out there, man? Who gonna build up their houses, their roads, and be their janitors, and go on their sports and entertainment and all these different things for them, man? All right? They ain't gonna do it, man. All right? So they need us over here for all these different things, man. They still eating off of our backs to this same day, but hey, just hold on a little longer, man. The Most High is about to give us our reparations and set us right, man. So, Lord willing, the elect was edified with this here lesson. Salakia for it being a little long, but hey, it's flowing through the spirit. So, with that, I'm going to say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone that taught us His truth and that rule well. And salutation, much love for you, Akim, pushing His truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Till next time, I say, stay strong. Shalom.